Husky. Welcome to the Town of Basketball and Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Hess, and with me this week, he's the Hikaru Nakamura of podcasting. It's Tyler Karkara. Tyler, how are you doing today?
Who?
Hikaru Nakamura.
Did I stutter? Is this a Japanese baseball player? What?
Wow, you hear Hikaru Nakamura and you think Japanese? He's American, buddy. He's an American.
What the WBC is going on right now? I just assumed you're referencing something. Venezuela knocked Japan out. That's brutal for their finals ratings.
Well, it doesn't affect Hikaru Nakamura at all.
Who? What are you talking about?
The former chess grandmaster, well, current chess grandmaster, former chess world champion.
Oh, right. I forgot Adam is chess guy now.
Number 2 ranked player in the world behind only the legend Magnus Carlsen.
Okay, yeah. Adam is chess guy now.
I'm the chess guy.
Yeah, Adam, just like he was the baseball guy for a little bit, too.
Oh, it'll come back next playoffs.
Let me tell you about runners in scoring position.
Baseball playoffs rules. I like how I'm the chess guy. We just talked about movies. I am not kidding. Audience, I need you guys to know, behind the scenes, you're not going to see any of it because I cannot possibly wade through that to cut out what works and what doesn't. We talked about movies for 40 minutes. 40 minutes, 20 of which was after we started recording to do this podcast.
The Oscars are today.
The Oscars are today. However, this podcast might not come out before the Oscars. So, Tyler, you want to throw
like
a fake
Hikaru
reaction?
Nakamura and Magnus Carlsen are the one battle after another and sinners of chess?
I think that is an excellent with Hikaru Nakamura as sinners.
Yeah, because he's the minority. Uh-oh. This is kind of racist, Adam.
Give me like an Oscars reaction. Because if this comes out on Monday instead of today, just pretend that the Oscars are over. Give me like a quick like when Moonlight won, but they announced.
Oh my God, Begonia won Best Picture. Unbelievable! The Oscars love Yorgos. They love funky Finn.
We cannot give Yorgos Lanthimos a Best Picture.
We can't do it.
I love Yorgos Lanthimos. I greatly enjoy his movies. I don't know if I love him personally. I got no real opinion.
Is there a good comp for that guy's career where he just makes like weird, interesting, good stuff, and the Oscars are just like, here are all the awards.
You're gonna like this. You're gonna disagree with me, dude. He's Greek David Lynch.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna disagree with you because Yorgos gets his actors awards. David didn't do that.
No.
David like Emma Stone, I think 2 of her Oscar wins are for Yorgos movies.
Does she have 2 wins?
She's won 3 times.
She won for Poor Things. What else did she win for?
The Favorite.
Oh, The Favorite.
Did she win for the? Wait, no, she was nominated for The Favorite. Maybe she didn't win. She won for La La Land. She won for La La Land and Poor Things. Does she have a third one, or am I smoking crack?
I'm checking. Accolades. The Favorite received numerous awards and nominations. This isn't a list. I just want kind of a list, instead of telling me about what they won at Venice.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about her. I don't give a shit about any. Anytime they're like, they won this award event, I'm like, I don't care. Show me the
It looks
Oscars.
like it did win for Best Actress.
Yeah.
What a world. What a world to live in. Where
IMDb's
Easy A has,
online. Easy A is so good. You see Easy A lately? Movie rules.
When's the last time I watched Easy A? That's a good question.
In the running for best on-screen movie parents, Stanley Tucci and I can't remember who plays her mom, but they're good.
They have the best scene in that is when someone brings up her adopted brother being adopted, and Stanley Tucci is like, don't mention that.
Yeah, and it's like so
he's
obvious
black.
that he's adopted.
Yeah. By the way, Olivia Colman won for The Favorite.
Right.
Leading.
That's right.
Leading. I'm not sure who won for supporting. I don't know if I would have called Olivia Colman leading in that movie, but hey, they don't ask my opinion.
Yeah, she just has 2. She won Best Supporting for The Help.
All right. I mean, I like Emma Stone a lot.
No, did she win for The Help? Maybe I'm crazy. What's going on here? Why can I not pull up how many Oscars Emma Stone has? Why is the internet's cooked, dude? It's
bad. It's really bad. Hey, should we make someone watch Bombshell? The Megyn Kelly movie?
Why don't you keep that as a punishment award?
Yeah. Well, then I'll have to watch it before I can handle it.
No. She just has 2.
La La Land and Poor Things.
Yeah.
And she ain't winning this year.
She was nominated
the motherfucking
for
Bride is going to win.
2015.
I'm gonna tell my
here comes
grandkids that Jesse
about the
Buckley won for the
motherfucking
bride. Yeah, and not for Hamnet. I'm gonna sit them down and I'm gonna go, Jesse Buckley won for this, and they'll be like, I mean, she's the best part of this, sure, but really?
Ally.
Tyler, but we are a basketball podcast, not a chess podcast,
Really?
not a movies podcast. Yeah. I'm wearing my McLaren shirt. I'm talking about chess, but we're here to talk about basketball.
Basketball.
That is how it's pronounced. Yeah.
So
Just
we're
like-
leading with the Magic 8-game win streak, right?
I mean, they beat the ever-loving piss out of the Timberwolves.
They sure did.
Yeah. You want to talk a little Magic? I have some news written down that
No,
we
we
can
can
get
talk
to
about them later. We can talk about them later. We don't have
where
to
are we
leave
gonna
with
talk
them.
about them? Where are we talking about them? Well, we got some news that we got to go through anyways here. So at some point we got to talk about the Magic's win streak. But we got to start with here, Mike. You can tell how often I do podcasts with that guy. We can start with here, Tyler.
Do
Bam
I look-
Adebayo. Bam Adebayo. You guys both wear hats. Bam Adebayo scores 83 points. His previous career high was 41. My simple question for you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Was it a moral 83 points? Was it moral?
Can I zag? I've heard a lot of takes about this all week, and it's people, on ESPN. They're like, "This is bad basketball by Miami," and then on Bill Simmons and he and Zach Lowe are like, "Oh, it's actually on the Wizards. It's worse at the Wizards." Can I just say, I don't give a fuck at all that he scored 83. I don't care at all. He scored 83
Not
points.
even a little bit?
It was completely garbage time, but it's all garbage time nonsense against a shitty Wizards team. I actually think it's just a sham in general that this is where the NBA is at. I don't care. It should have an asterisk like the bubble title.
He had 31 in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's great. I'm happy for him. That game shouldn't have been played. That's where I'm at with the NBA. Half the games are the best thing ever, and it's the best sport going right now.
Uh-huh.
And then half the games are like a true disaster that like shouldn't be shown to children.
For instance, right now on ABC, Timberwolves Thunder tied 29-all.
It's probably a good game.
Yeah, I got it on my second monitor. So if I get
too
distracted
busy
for a while,
watching the Arlington race,
because I'm watching that.
the Arlington IndyCar race. Reminding me of my childhood in central Texas.
South Central Texas.
Yeah. I'm central in central DFW. Sorry. It's like the direct midpoint between Fort Worth and Dallas. It's Arlington.
That's what we should rename the website. The direct midpoint between Fort Worth and Dallas. I think that'll get more clicks.
Probably.
People want to know.
It's where the airport is.
So I will say, people point to the free throws, which sure, I will say that Wilt Chamberlain also was like getting intentionally fouled and taking tons of free throws when he scored 100. It's just part of it.
Yeah, but he scored 100, and that's a nice round number.
That is a nice round number. That is very true. The other thing I'll say about it, and we can move on because we're a week out, is one of the best moments that you can have as a basketball fan is when you're sitting there doing something and you have to text your friends and go, Bam Adebayo has 77 points in the fourth quarter, and then everyone starts paying attention to the game.
I don't remember what I was doing. Like, I missed it entirely, and you're like, and I just got a text from you that was like, Bam has 81 points, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
As soon as it was over, I immediately started it over again on League Pass. I watched the game back to back.
I know. I can't remember what it was going on, but I had something to do. I'm like, Adam, I need you to live tweet this rewatch of this game to explain to me how this happened, because I don't have time to get to it until tomorrow. It's
my favorite thing watching that game is I knew he ended the game 7 for 22 from 3. So at like near the end of the second quarter, he hit his 6th 3, and I went, wait a minute. He's gonna hit one more three the rest of the game, and he was like 6 for 13, like he was above 50%, and I went, oh my god, he's gonna go 1 for 9 the rest of the way. You see Jamal.
Do you think if it was Devin Booker who did it, people would care as much? I think it's just because it's Bam, and Bam
because Bam's
score.
previous high was 41. He broke every scoring record for the Heat. Like It's interesting because it's Bam. It's interesting because it's the second highest score of all time in the NBA, but it's more interesting because it's like, wait, Bam Adebayo did it?
Bam Adebayo did it? It'd be like if, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the NFL quarterback equivalent of Bam Adebayo, where you're just like, good Good job. It'd be like if I don't know, like man, I'm trying to think of a good example. It'd be like if shit. It'd be like if Jordan Love broke the single game passing yards record.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent pick.
Huh. I mean, sure. I guess he's in the top half of NFL quarterbacks, but really?
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, yeah, like
Mike LaFleur is a good coach.
Yeah.
I guess. Or Matt LaFleur. Sorry, I'm getting the LaFleur brothers.
Don't worry, we do it wrong. I do an NFL podcast every single week, and I do my wrong LaFleur constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, we got to stop with the alliteration with the naming.
I hope Kason Wallace stubs his toe.
Oh. That's a nice little side observation.
I'm going to be watching the Timberwolves game this whole time. So if the Timberwolves lose, you can slowly watch me collapse like a flan.
It's all right.
But you know who didn't lose this week? Besides the Magic. We'll talk about them in a second.
The Magic.
Yeah, I saw you leaning in.
We're so back, dog.
Everyone that had Jayson Tatum stock for the 2025-26 season.
It's so crazy that he's just pretty much back.
Yeah, 28 minutes a game. 28 minutes a game. 19.8
The first night,
points.
they're like, what kind of minutes restriction is he going to be on? And it was like 27 minutes. I was like,
yeah.
What?
You know what I am really impressed by about him? He's just understands this team. He understands what it is. He just, like, Jayson Tatum's always been like, hey, what would happen if you had combined a like top tier ISO guy, which is the best role player in the NBA, and that's what Jayson Tatum is.
It's like, what if Carmelo Anthony knew how to fit into any offense?
Yeah. What if Carmelo Anthony set screens? Yeah. But like he just saw Jaylen Brown's an MVP candidate and just sat down and went, okay, yeah, you know what? Jaylen Brown's an MVP candidate. I'll be second fiddle this year. And it's worked out great.
Just like he's like, great. I'll set some screens. I don't need to like blow my ACL or Achilles again.
He also has just looked good on the court. Like he doesn't I watched him play against Dallas. I watched him play against someone.
I gotta wonder. Why isn't Tyrese Halliburton back this year? I mean, I know why he's not back this year is because the Pacers suck. That's the actual reason. But I'm like, do you think he could have played, or did he not get the surgery fast enough?
I don't know, man.
That's the whole thing. Is the game was in New York, and Tatum was like, he had the surgery. The whole like he got the surgery before the swelling started or whatever.
Yeah, like he did everything the way that you're supposed to, but.
That only a rich professional athlete could, you know what I mean?
Right,
it's
of
like
course.
Emergency Achilles repair. Normally, it's like 2 days, we'll get you in.
Yeah, but he's also like a psychopath, man. Like that's part of why he's back in Tyrese Halliburton's not like even if you think of Tyrese Halliburton, like it's no shade to Tyrese Halliburton, right? Like Tyrese Halliburton is maybe the best pure point guard left in the league. I mean, obviously he's not like Chris Paul point guard, but. The best on-ball creator, passer, point guard in the league. But
Cade?
You have to Cade's another good option there. But you have to be like a 1% like Mamba mentality psychopath to get back from an Achilles tear that fast.
In like 7 months. Not 7 months. What is it? Like a 10?
Remember when Russell Wilson was like doing whatever, like his injury for his finger after he got mallet finger, he was like he was rehabbing it like 21 hours a day, he said, or something like that. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing? But like that's what Jayson Tatum actually does. Like Jayson Tatum was probably rehabbing his Achilles tear 9-10 hours a day with all of the cutting edge science, and that's why he got back, because he's a fucking psychopath and other people aren't.
I like this. My name is Tyler Kakara, and I officially like this Celtics team. I like that they're basically the same team. They've been the same team for like 8 years. I I just enjoy watching them.
Can I give you
it's comforting to see them play.
My rule of Eastern Conference team fandom.
Sure.
I am a bigger fan of a team as soon as Kristaps Porzingis leaves than before Kristaps Porzingis leaves.
Yeah, that's fair.
Chet Holmgren just stole the ball away from Rudy Gobert like taking candy from a baby.
I think I could swipe Rudy Gobert. Like if Rudy ISO'd up against me, I think I could swipe him. Like give me a couple shots. I think I could.
I've watched a lot of Rudy Gobert over the last 4 or 5 years. He is an incredible NBA player. As a,
he's
as
so
a defensive
good.
piece, as
That's
a
the
rim
thing.
runner.
The other 4 times he would just like put a shoulder into me, and I'd get sent into the third row. You know what I mean?
But he might be the best NBA player in human history who every time he touches an NBA ball, it looks like the first time he's ever been near a basketball.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, like Dikembe
like,
Mutombo, was he that?
I don't know, man. You think I was watching Dikembe Mutombo?
But I don't know. I thought you grind tape. I thought you were.
I don't grind fucking early '90s tape. But he dribbles a ball like your 6-year-old cousin did when you were like, oh, I'm gonna go out and shoot hoops in the driveway with my cousin.
It looks like Rudy wants to double dribble every time he takes a single dribble. You know what I mean? Like when you're like you can't quite control it, so like out of habit you reach with both hands, and you really can't do that. You know?
He has to use his off arm to balance. Like he's gonna tip over if he doesn't. Whenever he dribbles,
off ball he looks so athletic. You know what I mean?
It's just it's like the Shaq thing where it's just like his hands and arm. Like he's not like a normal human, right? Like, and I get NBA players are none of them are normal humans, but he's like just too big for a human body. And so off ball, he can like move around, but as soon as you're like, it would be the same thing if you were like, hey, can you open this Coke can? Like he doesn't have hands designed to pop the little tab. Like he would just have to bash it against a countertop until it opened.
He's like reverse Cat, because Cat looks like he doesn't know how to walk when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, and when he does have the ball in his hands, he's like the most athletic person you've ever seen. But like then the ball comes out of his hands, and he like tries to set a screen, and he falls over.
Cat off ball looks like he just woke up from an ether nap and is trying to find his way out of an apartment he's never been in. So I've for the next thing that we got to talk about here, I want to talk about the hottest team in the East, and every time that I try to do this, the team changes. So like at one point it was the Bucks, and then we had to push the podcast, and then it was the Hawks, and now it's just definitively the Magic, who are the hottest team in the East.
No Anthony Black, no Franz Wagner either. They're just like
they're 7-1. The Miami Heat 6-1. Atlanta Hawks are 6-0, and those are your top 3 hottest teams in the East. Atlanta's played no one during the stretch. Yeah. Miami has obviously they had the 83-point game against the Wizards. The Magic during the stretch 6-1 in March. They played obviously the aforementioned Timberwolves, the Miami Heat, who did not score 83 points against them. Well, no one on the team did. The team itself did score 83. They went to overtime against the Wizards. They beat the Cavs, Bucks, and Mavericks, and they are undefeated since the start of March. What the fuck is this team? Why does this happen with them?
I don't know, Adam.
You're the biggest Magic fan I know because I haven't met Kevin Clark yet. So can you please explain to me why once Anthony Black went out and Franz Wagner's been out, and then now Paolo Banchero is suddenly like an All-NBA type player again?
That's what I was gonna say as we get to our March All-NBA teams. Like Paolo is on one of my teams. Like straight up, it's that's what it is. Like Paolo is just like hitting shots again. And it just like unlocks everything on this team. It's like the second Paolo is like getting to the rim and distributing and scoring with efficiency. Paolo's shooting over 35% from 3 in the month of March. Like it just unlocks everything on offense for them. And when it's like this funny thing of this team, I feel like when people are like, oh, why aren't they playing defense well? To me, if I were to psychoanalyze this team from across the country on my TV, it just feels like this is a very similar team to the one that was 2 years ago. And it just seems like when the offense is stagnating, it's just getting to the point where they're like, fuck, why am I even playing defense? Because like, no one can score. Right. Like it's like it's like reaches this point where it's like this demoralizing factor. And the offense just kind of clicking, and Desmond Bane turning into the best drive and kick guy in the league all of a sudden.
What is this? Like Desmond Bane can't buy a fucking 3-pointer. He missed every 3-pointer he took against the Timberwolves, but now he's able to just get into the lane and get fouled and go to the line like he's Bam Adebayo.
It's so crazy. I don't know what happened. And the funny thing about Bane is his shooting on the year, everyone maligned his 3-point shooting to start the year where they're like, oh, classic, he comes to the Magic, he can't shoot. He's officially at the same percentage he was at last year. He's been really hot since the All-Star break. Since the All-Star break, I think he's like 43% or something like that.
It's just such a
weird team. Tristan De Silva is good now.
Yeah, Tristan De Silva had that crazy Mavs game where he had like 20, 25 points or something.
Yeah.
Let's okay, so there's you guys have played 66 games.
Yeah.
Which by my incredibly fast math means there's 16 left in the season.
Yep.
Would you rather go like 10-6 down the stretch, move into, I don't know, the 5th seed, the 4th seed?
They're 5th right now.
Yeah, so move into the 4th seed in the East, maybe even the 3rd seed in the East, and lose in the second round of the playoffs and run this back next year, or completely crater, end up in the play-in, barely make the playoffs, and get to fire Jamal Mosley?
Brother, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with this team, because that is what you just described is best case scenario. Like, oh, they get Black or Franz back, and they win in the first round, they beat the Cavs or whatever, and then they lose in 6 in the second round or whatever. That's probably best case scenario for the Magic this year. I don't know, man. I wonder. This team can't stay healthy, and at a certain point, I wonder if it's just like the state of things. If it's just like, well, these are players who can't stay healthy.
And I will say, like, it feels like when one of the big two gets hurt, the team improves. When Paolo's out, the Franz-led team improves. When
might I
Franz and
pitch you
Jalen
something?
Suggs are out, the team improves.
Franz and Paolo have played like a total of 12 games together in the last 2 seasons.
Should I run back my Spider-Verse bit? We just do Franz and Paolo minutes versus Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, what was it? It's like 2 hours this year they've played together?
That was the big
last
4, yeah.
year. But that's the thing. That's exactly what happened last year until the playoffs. Is they played 5 games together. Paolo gets hurt. Franz plays really well, and then in December tears his oblique again because remember last year they had the same.
Everyone
injury.
tore their oblique. Yeah, you had like 3 oblique injuries.
Yeah, so crazy that was last season, and we're dealing with the exact same situation this year. And it's just this team is so weird, dude. What's the deal with this team? I can't get a grip on them.
Can someone explain to me why they have Dante DiVincenzo playing point of attack defense against Shea Gill?
Well, who else are you going to play?
Fucking Anthony Edwards.
Who's on the Ant's on the floor?
Yeah, Ant's on the floor.
Yeah, giving
And
him a nice little
he's
break.
guarding. Yeah, he's guarding Caruso. How about Ayo Dosunmu, who is also on the floor?
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. In that
Okay.
case.
Well, Ant just walked into a 29-foot 3-pointer over Kayson Wallace, so maybe Finch knows something I don't.
Do you have Ant first team for Marsh?
No, because the
No,
team's
me
been so
neither.
bad. I don't have him. I don't have him on my March All NBA because the team's
Yeah.
just
What's to
been
do
awful.
with your team? I fired up that Timberwolves
Dave,
game and expected
man.
to text you 1,000 times, and then you didn't text me, which I imagine is just because you were watching your team like basically from like minute 10, just kind of give up.
Yeah, they were asleep for that one. They were asleep for the Lakers game.
It was in Minnesota. How are they asleep?
It doesn't matter if it's home or away. It's something with this team. I don't know if it's a Finch thing. I don't know if it's an Ant Edwards thing. But there's some games where they're just like, nah, well, this is our.
Not today.
We're quiet quitting. We're not doing this one.
It's so
And like
weird.
this OKC game, I don't care how hot either team gets from shooting. It's going to come down to 2 points in the last 4 minutes. Like it's just when they're playing OKC, guess what? They're going to show up and play their ass off. When they're playing Orlando
on a Prince Court.
yeah, they there's a chance that they're all thinking about what they're going to do after work today.
Which
so
strip
that was
club are they going to go to? You know,
that was our
Atlanta
Tatum
knows.
conversation. I suppose our Tatum
we talk
conversation
about
turned into our
the
Magic conversation.
The Atlanta Hawks strip club promotion thing.
Oh, the Magic City United got
about
canceled.
this?
Who was it?
Yeah.
Who was it? The pearl clutching post that was like, we can't be doing this. There was like some player who made a
I
post about
didn't.
it. Hold
I
on,
don't
let me see
know.
this.
I just remember Lou Williams leaving the bubble during COVID.
Yeah.
Because he was going to a funeral for someone in Atlanta. And
Luke
they're like,
Cornett.
You have Luke Cornett. We can't be That's funny.
Luke Cornett, the
Lou
pearl
Williams, he left the bubble to go to a funeral in Atlanta. They gave him special permission to leave the bubble and then come back if he quarantined before and after or whatever. And he went to Atlanta and famously after the funeral went to Magic City because he really wanted the wings.
Yeah.
And then they didn't let him back in the bubble because he went to the strip club to get wings. Classic.
Lou Williams, fucking legend, man.
That's so good, dude.
Did he
so
win
funny.
1 or 2 Six-Man of the Years?
He won all of them in my heart.
Yeah, he won all of them. It's just been him and Nas Reed nonstop.
Yeah. Joe Ingles.
fucking deep bench guy Joe Ingles now.
Yeah. Joe Ingles.
Should we quickly touch on the Hawks, who are keeping pace to make Zach Lowe not look like a dumb guy?
Yeah, all of Zach Lowe's preseason predictions are about to come true. The Magic are fighting to get to 50 wins. The Hawks are winning a bunch of games.
Yeah, the Hawks are now 36-31, which means that they are better than the unstoppable Clippers, who are just now over 500, thanks to the Timberwolves for losing to the Clippers by 1,000,000 points, giving the Clippers their first game over 500 since like October 4th or something. But the Hawks 6-0, no losses in March. The only team that can say they're also doing that is the Oklahoma City Thunder. But Tyler, let me just tell you who they've beaten March so far. The sad sack Milwaukee Bucks.
Yep.
The Brooklyn Nets, Dallas Mavericks, the 76ers without Maxey, George, or Embiid. The Milwaukee Bucks again, the flagging Portland Trailblazers by 34 points, and the Washington Wizards twice in a row. I will say this. Like, the schedule's the schedule. You don't get to pick who you play. You just got to beat the people who show up, and they're doing that. They're doing that with emphasis. None of these games have been one-possession games. But maybe we shouldn't be ready to declare them future NBA champions off of this
well, tomorrow night, Magic Hawks. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did. I was looking at that for the League Pass stuff.
It's on Peacock. It's an NBC game.
Yeah.
Primetime game, unfortunately. But I will be tuning into that when it's in Atlanta. I think that'll be pretty telling. The Magic beating the Heat yesterday was an actual nice win for them. Like, that's the funny thing. Like, we're making fun of the Hawks wins. Like, of the Magic wins, it's really only the Timberwolves and the Cavs that were good wins.
But those are really good wins.
Yeah, they're fine wins.
Top 4 seeds in both conferences.
Yeah, I guess so. The Magic, just to point this out, coming up, they have the Hawks, and then they have the Thunder, and they have the Hornets, Lakers. So the next 4 games are tough. So I guess we'll see.
Have you looked at the poor?
I'll believe if they keep it rolling through that stretch.
Have you looked at the poor Thunder and who they've had to face recently, and the fact that they've gone undefeated is terrifying?
Thunder are just going to win the finals, right?
Yeah,
like they're rope-a-doping us, where they're like,
listen,
they're still the 1 seed in the West.
Right,
because they're not going to win 70 games doesn't mean they're not the odds-on favorite.
It was fun when the Spurs beat them like 3 times in 6 days or whatever that was.
That series will be fun. I hope we get that series.
No, it will not be. It's
really?
It feels like it's gonna be fun from the outside because the Spurs have been competitive. OKC's gonna turn it on. Whoever they play in like the second round, whether it's Minnesota, Denver, San Antonio, they are going to obliterate them with a death ray because they are going to be like, oh yeah, we're finally awake now.
Yeah,
but
we've got everybody healthy.
In March, the currently undefeated March champion Oklahoma City Thunder have beat the Nuggets, Mavericks, Bulls, Knicks, Warriors, Nuggets, and Celtics, and they're playing the Timberwolves right now. They have the Timberwolves, Magic, and then they have a super easy stretch of the Nets and Wizards before they have to play the Celtics again.
It must be fun to go like on an East Coast road trip to play like Nets, Wizards, and like those really bad teams where you're just like, yeah, I'm hanging out in New York, get an easy win.
Yeah, we played Nets. We played a back-to-back against the Wizards. Then as we go back across the country, we're going to play Indiana and Utah. It's like, oh my God, are you just gonna let Chet Holmgren sleep for the whole 2 weeks?
I will say it is a very strange state of affairs in American sports when the team from Oklahoma City is coming into New York and no one gives a shit, and it's just like this juggernaut, the juggernaut from Oklahoma City is coming into New York and no one, it's just kind of funny.
You know what's crazy? Since they got stolen in the middle of the night to go from Seattle to OKC, has the Oklahoma City Thunder just been a more consistently quality institution than the New York teams combined? Like, if you just took whatever New York team was playing best every single year and you said that's the New York team this year, has OKC just consistently been better than that team over their tenure?
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah. I was about to say New York sports are surprisingly bad, but then I remember the Yankees and the Giants have 2 Super Bowls. So.
Yeah. It's just the Jets,
Liberty are good,
the Mets,
hypothetically, if they're allowed to re-sign any players in the next 2 weeks.
I mean, listen, this isn't a WNBA podcast, and I don't want to portend to be any kind of expert in the field, as I do with the NBA, where if anyone questions me, I hit them with a rock. But the WNBA is about to kill themselves, right? Like, they are literally about to kill their momentum. This happened to baseball in the 90s. Like, you guys got big. You came to a head. No one would budge. Now they're going to have a lockout, and when they come back, no one's going to be watching.
Yeah. They still have to do 2 expansion drafts. Even if they're going to miss games even if they get shit done now.
Yeah, they had all the momentum in the world, and now it's going to hit a brick wall because it's going to be, a year and a half. Oh, 53-47 at half, Timberwolves. It's good. They're just going to hit ahead, and it's that momentum's just going to disappear into the vapor, and you got to really hope that Caitlin Clark and
where's
Brianna
that
Stewart,
energy getting transferred to? You know what I mean? Like, everybody who cared about WNBA. I don't know. I feel like the WNBA was already kind of hitting a wall, hitting a peak. Oh, F1. You think it's gonna be F1?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
well,
we're picking up all. We're picking up all the slack, brother. We're bringing them all in. Once again, not to keep quoting "Wake Up Dead Man" every time you're on here, but it's this. We're bringing them in. We're gonna teach them all about engine compression ratios.
I got off work last night, and like a couple of my buddies were leaving work at the same time, and I was like, "We can all go watch F1 right now," and they were like, "We're not doing that."
See, if you still lived here, man, I would have been there. We would have been doing it. We would have been watching F1. You could have been on my cool couches. Did you hear from the boys about my couches yet?
That they're good.
Yeah,
they're good couches.
Good couches. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, I do. Yeah. If there's one thing I miss from Chicago, it's watching F1 with friends. Because watching F1 by myself, and like, especially last night where I had no one to text about it, it was just like, oh my god, the Ferrari's started the race, and I'm just like looking around, and Claire's asleep, and I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I just last F1 race, just we got drunk, except for one of us who doesn't drink, who just drank Topo Chicos.
Hell yeah.
The last piece of news I got here. By the way, I have no idea how long we've been going because of how fucking long we just talked about movies ahead of time. So I don't actually know how long this podcast is.
We started the pod like 15 minutes into recording, so we're at like 35 minutes. We're cruising. We're at a good clip. Let's dive into let's get into the meat here.
Yeah, well, I got one more news story for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it finally happened. It's crazy to say goodbye to such a legend of the league. His best years were behind him, sure, but he always had that opportunity to come back. Dwight Howard retires.
Dwight Howard can go walk on a field of Legos. That's how I feel about Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. My favorite thing is that.
Thanks for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Dwight Howard retires amid horrendous accusations from his ex about
a lot of weird accusations about that guy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of weird stories out there.
some homosexual sexual abuse in the past, and Dwight Howard's not a good person. If you want to read more about it, go read from someone who is much better spoken.
Go read journalism
than I am. Yeah, go read an actual journalism. Subscribe to The Athletic. Read what they have to say.
Don't listen to podcasts for news, guys.
Yeah,
unless it's a news podcast.
Podcasts exclusively should exist so that you do not have to talk to people while you are walking on the street. There is no other reason to listen to podcasts. But
you should have something to listen to while you're playing Madden.
Yeah, as Tyler Carcara would know, as he has over 200 hours in it. But amid all of these issues, Dwight Howard retires. So that
fact about me.
So that when you Google Dwight Howard, it says Dwight Howard retires, not Dwight Howard getting a divorce amid accusations of abuse. So
is he in the Epstein files? Have we checked?
I can't imagine he's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck Dwight Howard. Thank you for listening to the Basketball Podcast.
Yeah, thanks, Dwight. Thanks for tuning in, Dwight. What if Dwight Howard's like, that was my favorite podcast, man. Now I can't listen anymore.
Well, so far Dwight Howard's gonna leave now because we didn't like him, but we're bringing in Jane Schoenbrunn, so
Oh hell yeah,
our stock's
Jane
going
Schoenbrunn,
up, brother.
Huge ball knower. There's something I know about.
Stock's going straight to the moon.
That filmmaker. I saw the TV glow and I said, I bet this person knows ball. I bet this filmmaker knows ball.
This non-gender guy. This genderless term guy
in a gender-neutral way.
Yeah.
I say this at tables all the time where it's like I usually go for y'all.
Yeah, I hit a y'all.
From the South. I hit a y'all. But sometimes I'll be like, hey guys, just like out of habit. And it's like a group of women, and I'm like, I promise it's gender neutral. It's just it just naturally comes out of my mouth. I don't know.
I made the active decision a couple years ago to start referring to everyone as dude.
Oh,
so that if I ever fuck up, if I ever fuck up and I say like these dudes, and it's someone who has transitioned or is non-binary, I'm just like, I just call everyone dude.
Hey, dude.
I'm just the dude guy.
Yeah, I do say dude. I do say dude a lot.
I just want to point out Jane Schoenbrunn. I have a light, but my key light, it's a TV glow. So Anyways, Tyler,
that movie is good, but I wish it was better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm hopeful for.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful for what is it? Sex and Death at Teenage Boot Camp or whatever. The next movie.
I'm hoping Camp Miasma or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for that movie?
Yeah.
It looks crazy. It look like the visuals are like.
Have you seen the
like,
trailer
what
for
is
They Will
happening
Kill
here?
You?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh
that
my
also.
God, that
looks
trailer
cool.
is so good. That is such a good trailer. It's the opposite of The Bride.
The Bride has the worst trailer. It's so bad.
Don't worry, the movie's marginally better.
You know who has a bad trailer? Project Hail Mary.
Yeah,
Everyone's
terrible
so
trailer.
excited about this movie. The trailer looks terrible.
I'm seeing it in IMAX next Saturday, and my hopes could not be lower. The trailer's
It's
terrible,
just like I don't get it. Just and not to be Gen Z podcaster guy over here, not to be the young. You know, I know you're only a couple years older than me. The movie looks chuggy as hell. That looks like some
I don't know what
Obama.
that means.
That's some Obama era shit right there. You know what I mean?
I don't know what Chuki means.
You know what chuggy means? It just means it looks old.
Okay,
it's
got
like
it.
it's an older sensibility. You know, the movie should have come out in like 2014.
It definitely should have come out in 2014. I will say I'm loath to question our God and Savior Phil Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys are so good. I'm still open to it. I like Ryan Gosling.
I like the book.
I like Sandra Hüller.
Yeah, I like spider aliens. You know, so
Spider Rock aliens. Yeah,
Spider
I
Rock
feel like
aliens.
they give away too much of the Spider Rock alien in the trailer.
The Spider Rock alien isn't like it's fine. It's like the first 120 pages of a 500-page book. That's fine.
That's it. There's more than them just doing space stuff.
Yeah, they meet early and do a lot of space stuff together.
Interesting.
You know what? They should have just given a quick call. Said, "Hey, Denny, just want to know how you feel about shooting like aliens separated by glass that have like long appendages. What would be your suggestions on this?"
I was thinking about Arrival in the most recent because I see the trailer before every movie now.
Yeah,
that's
same.
how I feel. We gotta do trailerless movies.
Can I tell you?
Because I don't want to watch any more
to move
trailers. We have to move on. Yeah,
we have to move on.
I don't. I'll make one final point here. I don't want to see any more trailers for Disclosure Day, but I see enough movies that I know I will accidentally stumble into a Disclosure Day trailer.
What I've started doing is I leave in my headphones and listen to whatever music or whatever podcast I was listening to until the actual feature starts.
Luckily, there's like 30 minutes of AMC trailers before the movies in the AMC theater. So usually what I'll do is I'll go in, I'll see the trailers are still going, and I'll just sort of wander out and then peek my head in every 2 minutes. And then when I hear Nicole Kidman or the young couple who keeps stumbling into different types of movies, that's the worst one.
I think
or
we
like
should
the
recreate
A-list ad.
I think we should recreate the music they use in that ad and make it the intro to this podcast from now on.
It gives me panic attacks hearing that music.
Yeah, it's like me watching Aaron Brockovich. I'm just having a sheer white knuckle panic attack for a whole movie.
I don't know why. I'm just like, God, I can't listen to this again.
I get it. I can't even fault you for it. But we have to move on. We have to move on to our actual basketball podcast again.
We can cut it all out. We'll cut it all out.
I'm not. Who's editing this fucking thing?
Leave it in. Double it.
Double it. Triple it. The whole podcast. That segment.
Why is this podcast 4 hours? Well, they actually just repeated the whole thing 4 times.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes, but they played it over and over again 15 times in a row.
Yeah. All
sounds
NBA
like the Athletic
for
podcast.
the month of March.
Am I right? Yeah. So we're doing the March All NBA team. What this means is the All NBA team specifically from March 1st to today, which is March 15th.
Honestly, thank God I had to delay because games that happened last night impacted my All NBA.
Yep. Me too. I had my list set. I'll read my original list at the end here, but I had my list set, and I just had to punt some people out of it, unfortunately for them. But here's how I want to start this. So I just did one All NBA team. Did you also just do one, or did you do three?
Well, I did all three. I did three.
Okay.
I thought that's what we were doing. First team.
That's fine.
Third
I did all. I just did the one. I have like a backup.
Set of teams we can talk about mine. We can talk about mine.
Yeah,
you know.
But the other thing is, did you do All NBA rules where it's just the 5 best, or did you do classic All NBA where they're position?
I did position with some category fraud.
Yeah, I did the same. I like my first team is 2 guards and 3 forwards, so I went backcourt, front court.
You know, I did the old like I'm putting Luka as a forward technically.
Oh, I have him as a guard. Yeah.
Yeah. I know he is a guard, but like
Yeah.
for some reason everyone's just been like, "Oh yeah, Luka point forward," and you're like, "No, he's just a guard."
But I'll do
Clearly.
it to get another guard in there. I get it. So let's start
Is
there.
it just because he's big? Is that why?
Well, yeah, he's big and he plays elite wing defense, which are the two things you think of when you think of Luka Doncic.
When you think Luka Doncic, elite wing defense. He's in shape. I don't know if you saw that men's health ad.
Yeah,
but,
and that really held out for the whole season. You look at him now and you're like, God, he's like
dude,
prime
he's
Arnold
cut.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that guy's cut.
That guy's got that pump going. You can see the vein in his bicep.
Dude, my third team All NBA is for the month of March is kind of unhinged.
You want to start there then, and we'll work up to first team.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with your third team.
This is the one that adjusted from last night. Austin Reeves, third team.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's a great call.
Huge play at the end of the Nuggets game last night where he intentionally misses the free throw, gets his own rebound, comes back, gets to the baseline floater to tie it up and send it to overtime.
Let me ask you this. What is the percentage hit on that intentionally missed free throw?
It never happens. You know who the only other person who I've seen successfully do it is fucking Luka.
Yeah.
Do you think he learned it from Luka?
I
think Luka taught him?
This Lakers team looks so fucking good without LeBron.
Without LeBron.
I know he played like a shitload of minutes against Denver yesterday, and he was like good, right? No complaints, LeBron. But Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, if the NBA was a half-court game and did not require defense, they would be MVP candidates every single year.
They're so cool. I would love to have one of those guys on my team any day.
I also just love I love how much the Lakers fans have come to hate dominating.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. And it's not even like it's particularly bad. It's just like a normal post Suns Ayton season.
Yeah.
He
doesn't have
it's
Chris
like
Paul.
he's not fighting for his second contract anymore. His
right.
This is a normal second contract Ayton season where you're just
Tyler,
like
last night in the Nuggets game, he got out rebounded by Luka Doncic.
Luka's a good rebounder.
Luka's a good rebounder, but should he be a better rebounder than a 7-foot former max guy?
First overall pick, DeAndre
First
Ayton.
overall pick?
Do you think if you told everybody during that draft that at some point Luka and Ayton would be on the same team, do you think people would be more like, oh, someone is a bust and stumbled into the team, or was it like, oh my God, super team,
I think people would say super team because DeAndre Ayton was like no question the number one guy, right?
This is my question because I'm hearing a lot of like on different podcasts I listen to, a lot of revisionist history where they're like, I can't believe Luka fell to 4. I can't believe Luka fell to 4. I remember that like the setup for that draft, it was like, well, Ayton's going to go first. I don't remember people being like, well, Luka can't miss top prospect. That's what Bill Simmons keeps saying. He's like, I just don't know why you wouldn't have picked Luka first. And I'm like, do we have receipts for you saying that? Because I don't remember anybody saying that.
I remember at the time, Kevin O'Connor was still working at the Ringer, and he was Luka's the best player in this draft guy.
I know there were Luka's the best player in the draft guys, but there were
I don't
very
have
few,
any
like,
memory of
well,
Simmons
Luka's
being that
actually
guy.
going
Yeah,
first
exactly.
guy, There was no one there was no chance, there's no shot ever that Luka was going first in that draft.
Okay,
right?
so we're going to play a quick game here.
Yeah.
Number 1 in that draft, DeAndre Ayton, dominating, the aforementioned. Number 3, Luka, per trade to Dallas. Number 4, Jaren Jackson. Number 5, Trae Young. Give me number 2 and number 6.
Number 2 is Marvin Bagley.
Marvin Bagley went second.
Yeah.
Marvin Bagley is number 2 in that draft. It goes DeAndre
I can't
Ayton,
remember who was 6.
Marvin Bagley.
Oh, actually, I do know. It was Jonathan Isaac.
Oh, so close. Imagine if Jonathan
wasn't?
Isaac was taller and skinnier. What if Sheck West wrote a song about Jonathan Isaac? What would his name be?
Oh, it's Mo Bamba.
Yeah.
I knew it was a magic bust.
Yeah.
I knew it was a magic bust. It was Mo Bamba. I was so close.
I remember watching Mo Bamba clips at Texas, and I was like, this guy's got it. I don't know what it is, but he's got it.
That was the magic for like 6 years. We've talked about this before on the pod. We can dive into the third All-NBA team more if you want.
You named one person, and we got sidetracked for 11 minutes.
For real. It's just so funny that the magic for like 5 seasons, like just every year they're like, oh, this year, look at this guy. Like I talked myself into so many guys that suck. It was like Mario Hezonja. This is the guy. I remember reading people being like, "This guy has so much competence in the European League." Like this guy.
I'm the
Mario
opposite.
Hezonja.
As soon as the Timberwolves drafted Anthony Edwards, I was like, "Fucking LaMelo Ball was sitting right there, and you didn't take him."
Thank God you drafted Ant.
Yeah, trust me. I thank God every day for that. I get down on my knees. I aim towards Mecca.
Did you see are you the one who sent me the Onion headline about Luka reaching out to Ant for veteran leadership?
No, I didn't. That's funny. All right, let's continue through your third team here.
My other guard. You ready for this one? This is going to blow your hair back. RJ Barrett. All right, moving on.
No, you got to make the case for that one, brother. You gotta make the case for RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett in the month of March, 23 points.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually, he's not really, that's the thing. There's a lot of people who've played really well, but they've only played like 3 or 4 games. Guys like Giannis and Donovan Mitchell and like guys who just like kind of haven't played. Pascal Siakam's only played 3 games. So this one's just kind of a default. Like I needed to put someone here, and I could have put Tyler Hero or Jalen Brunson, but I wanted to have fun. Jalen Brunson also shooting 40% from the field in the month of March.
Not great.
Not great, Jim. RJ Barrett, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists per game. 60. This is why I put him on him. 60% from the field in the month of March. RJ Barrett.
That's pretty good. It's
pretty good. 23 points per game, 60% from the field. That's pretty good.
And how are the Raptors doing? How many games have they won?
Let me check here. I'm seeing none. I'm seeing 1.
Yeah.
How many? Very few.
I think it's 1.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one. I don't know. I just didn't want to talk about. I guess I could have like inserted Tyler Hero. I thought about putting Desmond Bane here as like a bit, but
I wouldn't hate it. I mean, Desmond Bane's having a crazy March, man.
There are like 4 guys who could fit in this slot. I don't think it's like crazy to put Desmond Bane here. I don't think it's crazy to put Hero here, RJ Barrett, Keontae George. Donovan Mitchell's only played 4 games, but I guess you could put him here.
My apologies to perennial loser country Canada. The Raptors have won 2 games.
I'm RJ Barrett's biggest defender. I just think it's so funny that he's turning out to be the best player of that top 3 in the draft. the most consistent player. Like if RJ Barrett averages 23 points a game for the rest of his career for like the next 6 years, like that's pretty good. That's all I have to say about RJ Barrett.
All right, give me your front court because we're this is your third team.
I also have Cade. I also have Cade in the front court. Technically, not really.
I think I'd have Cade a little bit higher than
third team.
I mean, Detroit's
wait till you get Cade averaging under 20 points a game in the month of March, but he is leading the league in assists. So Detroit's in a bit of a slump. I'm kind of just like I just don't want to talk about Cade. We've been talking
just
about
ultimate lob threat. Him and Jalen Duren, so much fun. It's fucking Chris Paul and Blake Griffin all over again.
Forward Jalen Johnson. I have Jalen Johnson.
I had Jalen Johnson on first team until yesterday.
Yeah, his numbers are good. They're not great.
22, 8, 7.
Everyone loves to talk themselves into Jalen Johnson. He's
block.
Quite good. He's a good 2-way player. He just doesn't get my jimmies up, you know. I don't watch Jalen Johnson and go, "That's that guy," you know. I don't know.
Here's the thing: they
haven't beaten anybody. He's putting up these points against nobodies.
But he's outrageously young. Like he is way younger than you think.
What is he? 24?
Yeah. But he's like
old. That's how I thought he was.
But he is playing like exactly like he's going to in his prime already. Like if there's a higher ceiling for him than he's at now, that's what makes the Jalen Johnson thing so much fun. He's like, what is it, 26, 7, and 8 or something like that? Let me see. 22, 8,
his
7.
numbers are down in March actually from his season averages. This season, no, his season's averaging 20. He's averaging 23, 10, and 8.
Yeah, 23,
crazy.
10, and 8 with
10 and 8.
with like 1.5 blocks and half a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and he's 24. Like you're hoping that it just goes up from there.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson is good. I like Jalen Johnson.
But like I said, I had him on my first team until yesterday when he had to get bumped for someone else.
Yeah, third team All NBA, last player center. I do have Bam here. I feel like he did score 83 points in one game in March. You know what I mean?
I put him on my first team because of the 83 points. I mean, come on. Like, if 1 out of every 6 games for the NBA season, a player scored 83 points, they would make All-NBA.
I guess he did make All-NBA. He made third team.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't leave him off, despite the fact that the rest of his, he's like always. He's like a 19 10 and 4 guy.
I don't know. That's my thing. So basically for third team, I'm just like, it's such a small sample size this first half of March that I'm just like, here's some weird guys I can put. Like you could put in Desmond Bain, you can put in Keontae George.
I like the Bain pick. I think I would have.
I mean?
I also like the Keontae George pick. I think I would boot RJ Barrett for Bain, but I get that you have to defend.
I just wanted to shout out RJ Barrett. I just think he's good, and people don't talk about it enough.
It's because he plays in Toronto, the loser country.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Was he what? He was in the trade for OG Anunoby. Now, if you had to, do you think you would trade OG Anunoby for RJ Barrett straight up right now?
Yes,
you would.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would take OG Anunoby over RJ Barrett just for the defense.
Gotcha. But what would you have to throw in with Barrett? Because before it was like quickly in 2 firsts. Is it just one first now?
Maybe it's just maybe it's quickly in a second.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You know what I mean?
Like I like
it's
OG,
less.
but
the
same thing
gap
for
is
Mikal
closed.
Bridges. For Mikal Bridges and OG, like they're both very good players, but you simply overpaid for the role they're going to play on this team.
All right, we just talked about RJ Barrett more than anyone's talked about RJ Barrett since that draft. So we can move on to second team. My second team. Second team All NBA for the month of March. Anthony Edwards. Hear about this guy?
Narrowly didn't make my first team because the team's been bad.
Yeah, team's been bad. His numbers are slightly down. I have 3 guards that I just like better than him in the month of March. Like he's he's in 4th place, so he just ends up in second team by default. Not much to say about Ant. I remember in that Magic game, which is not to keep going back to that one random ass game. But I do find it hilarious where I was just like, boy, Ant not playing well today. And then I looked at the stats and I was like, oh, he just has like 40. You know? Yeah. He's that kind of player where you're like, quiet 40 from Ant today.
And last season, he led the association in 3-point makes. And it was, like that was his goal. He like set out to do that. And then this year he's like, what if I just figure out what to do when people double team me? And it's worked out great. Like I'm
That's
not
what
even
he
looking
should
at it
have
right
done. That's what he should have been done the whole time.
I'm guessing his assist to turnover ratio is the highest it's ever been because he's just like last year he was like, what if I make myself into a 3-point threat? So now he has the 3 levels of scoring. He has the defense when he feels like playing it. And
he's so good. I hope he turns into Jordan in the playoffs. I want him to like assert his dominance over all of the NBA. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. I want him to just dunk on SGA. I think that'd be great. That'd be cool.
And
I'd love that.
I was correct. He has his best season in terms of assist to turnover ratio.
There you go.
He's good player. Good player.
Anyway,
good player
moving on. Jamal Murray.
Yeah, great pick.
Jamal Murray, so good this year.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in one of our Letterboxd games, but he went off in one of those games. He went crazy. And this Nuggets team is a different team. Like this is like a pretty stock take, but it's just a different team when Jamal Murray is on. When Jamal Murray has these like 20 game stretches where he looks like an all NBA guard, like they are so scary.
Can I tell you the best stat I heard about him recently?
Yeah.
Number 1 in the league in terms of one player assisting another is Jamal Murray assisting Jokic.
That's sick.
Number 4 is Jokic assisting Jamal Murray.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I love that. Best 2-man game in the NBA?
Yeah, maybe of all time.
It's got to be, right?
Maybe
yeah. Definitely 21st century. It's got to be.
Yeah, like who else would be in competition there?
Because like there are duos where you're like there are better 2 players on one team, but they didn't like play off of, like you could say like Wade and LeBron, but they didn't always play off of each other like the way Murray and Jokic do.
Right. I mean, even now, like Brown and Tatum, like there's a lot of ISO there. There is not like just everything with Murray and Jokic is like a screen with a threat to be a lob or a 3.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I'm guessing you watched the Denver San Antonio game, right? Oh, was that on our Letterboxd list?
I think it was, yeah.
I know they had did they play twice this month? Okay, no. So that was the one. That Jamal Murray game was ridiculous, man.
It was so good, dude. It's so good.
It's just one of those games where he was like so fucking unstoppable that at a certain point, like Stephon Castle was like, I'm just gonna hack him every time he's in the lane. I'm just gonna smack his arms.
Yeah, it's God, I love Jamal. Jamal Murray is one of those players where you're just like, if you're doing the All NBA, like if this guy stayed healthy team, I think Jamal Murray is secretly a first team guy.
What about
where,
All NBA accidentally had a sex tape get leaked? Is he first team?
Who else would be on that list?
Did Ray J ever play in the NBA?
Yeah, you know. Dwight Howard? No, I'm kidding. Next up. All NBA, second team. My guy, who's so back. We've never been more back. Paolo Banchero. Month of March.
Now,
26 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists.
Out of curiosity, he's another guy that made it to my first team.
He's not first team.
After the last couple
there are
days.
5 guys better than him.
But are there 3 forwards better than him is my question.
Yes, if you count Luka.
Which I didn't. My thing with Paolo, or with your list here, is that I can now tell definitively that you made the 3 teams just because you wanted to make sure that Paolo was on a higher team than Cade Cunningham.
Yep. Listen, there's nothing more petty than like the feeling you have of like 2 guys who are compared to each other in age bracket. You know what I mean? Where it's like, who would you rather have, Paolo or Cade? And I think pretty definitively everyone would pick Cade these days, and it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know? In the same way that, like, Caleb Williams, they're like, would you rather have Drake May or Caleb Williams now? And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I hate Drake May.
Hope Drake May ends up on the Epstein list.
Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, I have it in my head that Dallas is fun to watch. The Dallas Mavericks. And Cooper Flagg's been in and out of the lineup. And when he is out, that team is abysmal to watch. And they lose every game.
We'll discuss it in the Letterboxd pick. We did have a Mavs game with no Cooper Flagg.
A little bit of a miss on my part. But I watched the Magic Dallas game. Like, that was like big TV. I'm excited for this game. This game's going to be fun to watch. And it wasn't. But importantly, like, it was close, but it was just like everything was a miss was the problem. It wasn't like close where people were like making buckets and stuff. Like, what was the combined 3-point percentage in that game?
Oh, I mean, I could look it up.
So Dallas shoots 43% on 32 attempts. The Magic shoot 33% on 39 and win by a point. But that game,
well, you know why? It's because Klay Thompson hit 7 threes in that game.
Yeah, Klay Thompson was the only guy who could hit a shot. But that game was such a great example of me being like, you got to watch tape to get Paolo. Like, Paolo goes 1 for 6 from 3. He goes 1 for 2 from the stripe. Ends up with 12 rebounds and 6 assists. But I was watching that game and I was like, where the fuck is anyone on Dallas supposed to go to get a bucket here? My God, there's just arms everywhere.
Yeah, that's why Paolo is such a weird player. His numbers are terrible, but when you watch the game, you're like, oh, that's the best player on the Magic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's this weird thing of just like, unless Franz is out there. But Franz is another guy where you're like, his numbers are good, but if you watch the game, you see all the like defense he plays on the wing, you know, and all the weird random stuff he does. And you're just like, oh, God, this guy's better than his numbers. And both those guys are better than their numbers guys. And it's just, people just can't wrap their heads around Paolo being – he's a good facilitator. People are like, oh, Paolo, ball stopper. And I'm like, does he take some dumb mid-range shots that he can't hit? Sure. But he does it because it's like the end of the shot clock. And they're like, Paolo, do something.
Yeah.
It's because the offense isn't run well. I chalk that stuff up entirely to Jamal Mosley's offense.
I think that he wants to be Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, he wants to be big Jayson Tatum. That's how he plays.
He wants to be big
Jayson
Jayson
dribble.
Tatum.
But he's a good passer.
But he doesn't have
he's a really
the
weird
coaching
player.
history that Jayson Tatum has. Like, Jayson Tatum had Coach K. Then he goes to the NBA. He has Brad Stevens, and now presumptive Coach of the Year, fucking Joe Mazzulla.
That's the thing about Paolo. It's just like, he's a player from another era. I don't know that there's a good comp for him in the history of the NBA for the type of player he is. Like, someone who is big, like so big and physical, but not quite big and physical enough to be a center. So he's like a true power forward. But in the modern NBA, he came up like dribbling and shooting. So you're like, okay, so he's gigantic Carmelo Anthony, but he can't shoot like Carmelo Anthony. But he is huge. So when he goes to the rim, he's unstoppable.
And like,
it's such
unlike
a weird
Carmelo,
player.
He's like not gonna throw a fit over his touches.
Yeah, and he's a willing passer. You know, last night he had a 26, 8, and 7. You know, like, he's just good. I just don't know.
against OKC, Finch playing Kyle Anderson. Like, I don't know.
You don't love a guy whose nickname is Slow Mo.
I like me some slow mo.
Playing the
Don't love
fastest
slow
team in
mo
the NBA.
in a game against Kyle Anderson where he just underthrew a lob to Rudy Gobert.
That's not.
They got turned over and went the other way immediately, and now slow mo's on defense.
Anyway, one day I hope to see Paolo with a good offensive mind who thinks of creative ways to use him. Because I think that's really what he's like. A weird, he's like a weird quarterback where you're just like, God, his skills are so good, but you do have to kind of build the offense around his weird skill set. Anyway,
Kyle Anderson and Gobert just tried the 2-man game again. And Gobert got
Who else
blocked.
is on the floor?
It is Kyle Anderson, Naz Reid, Gobert, Ayo Dosunmu, and Anthony Edwards. I think my favorite part is if I told you Rudy Gobert got blocked on a short roll pass from Kyle Anderson, who would you think blocked him on OKC?
Kason Wallace? I don't know.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, SGA. God, SGA is so good. He's first team All NBA for me. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I have
don't know
first
if you
team.
guessed that.
You have any more second team?
Last two. No, I don't. I do have two more. We can stop talking about the Magic. KD, second team. I know everybody's like out on him because he hates Jabari Smith or whatever, but like go. That guy is still an efficiency monster.
Yeah. I initially workshopped having him on my first team. I ended up dropping him off
just because of the team and the weirdness.
Team tiebreaker.
They're not
exactly.
Good.
Yeah.
But he's still very good, and that's another team where it's like, boy, don't you wish you had a point guard and a real offense?
Don't you wish Amen Thompson could hit a shot?
Yep. Center Wemby. That's right. I put Jokic first team. I don't know why. I just felt like it. Watched a lot of Nuggets this week.
I also put Jokic first team.
Hell yeah. I love Wemby. Wemby is going to be first team probably starting next year, but Jokic is still doing
second in MVP odds. He jumped Jokic.
That's insane.
Yeah. We're in the Wemby era.
Everyone's just bored with Jokic. Everyone's just like, whatever, 7-footer, greatest offensive player of the 21st century, whatever.
The reason Wemby didn't get knocked off is because he kind of no-showed against Philly also, and it's a small sample size. Now then, he had a ridiculous game against Charlotte last night. My God. Yeah. Which I was
last night. That's
talked about another game I was fucking locked in for was the Charlotte game. In 31 minutes, he had 31.6 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks.
I can't believe this guy's in the NBA.
By the way,
messing up our teams.
against Charlotte, he took 10 threes and hit 5 of them.
The 3-point shooting is the craziest thing.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is, because it looks wrong.
Like, yeah. It looks wrong. And the thing about it is it reminds me of when Giannis started shooting threes, where they're like, boy, if Giannis gets a 3-point shot, it's over. And you're just like, he takes them because it's the modern NBA, but like when push comes to shove, he's going to the rim. With Wemby, it's like a legitimate good look every time.
Yeah.
Because he's a legitimate good shooter. He's a legitimate good shooter. It's not even like Giannis where it's like he's wide open. You're like, maybe just drive it, Giannis. With Wemby, you're just like, what do you do?
Right.
What do you do?
You just Draymond Green him in the nuts and hope that he has to go out for a game.
Yeah, you just hope he gets deep vein thrombosis or whatever because he's just an 8-foot tall
speed bag him right in the Wembanyama's.
Yeah.
You might get banned, but at least you took Wemby out.
Let's keep it moving. First team All NBA, SGA. I mentioned that. Do we need to talk about SGA? He's SGA. He just does SGA stuff.
30.6 points per game. Just broke Wilt's record for sequential 20-point games, which isn't a record. Let me just say that.
Yeah, that's a made up record.
Too many words to explain the record. It's not a record.
That's like you know what it is one of my favorite running bits in the NBA is the Magic home broadcasters. Jeff Turner does this bit where every game he has this bit called "Is This Anything?" where he comes up with like
I've heard this bit.
Stat.
Yeah.
He comes with like a random crazy stat, and then the guys in the booth tell him whether it's a worthwhile stat or not, and it's always something like ridiculous like that, where it's like how many guys under 25 average these points, or they played in this city this many, you know what I mean? It's always something ridiculous. It's really fun.
Can I pause one more time real quick? They went to the Kyle Anderson, Rudy Gobert 2-man game. Again! They did it again! And guess what? It didn't go well. Kyle Anderson passed it to Gobert, who fucking Bambi-legged the basketball away to tall J Will.
You're so mad.
Stop.
That's so funny.
Playing a 2-man game with Kyle Anderson and Rudy Gobert.
That's so funny, bro.
All right, Shea Gill, very good. Not a real record.
Yeah, Shea Gill, really good. Not a real record. Devin Booker, welcome back.
Devin Booker got bumped for Luka on my list. Luka 34.7, 9.7, and 40% from 3 for the month.
I love Devin Booker. I love him so much.
Yeah, that was another thing that was another big L we took in our Letterboxd is we picked Phoenix because we were like, no
that's
Devin
my
Booker,
review of that game. Is
no
this game shouldn't be in the worst games of the week.
Yeah, we'll get to the review later, but
we'll
my
get to
review
it later,
is similar.
yeah. Then I have Luka.
Yeah, as a forward.
It's so weird that the reports, not to comment on something we know nothing about, but there's all these reports about him like in a custody battle for his kids, and then he started going off and then he started like locked in.
Like, you ever like get into a fight with your significant other, and then you're like working out, and it's just like whatever, like the adrenaline or the thought process of it or whatever keeps you focused, and you have a really good workout?
No, that's not how my brain works.
Okay, yeah. So like if I'm in a fight with my significant other and I go to the gym, I have a really good workout because like my brain is like focused in on something, and I'm not just like floating in a soup of being like, if Tari Eason was to get traded to the New York Knicks.
That is how my brain works too. Yeah. So I'll just be like, what director should Glenn Powell work with next?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be at the gym and I'll be like, wait, did my rest timer go off? I've been sitting here Googling Sidney Poitier directorial debut for the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And by the way, I believe the answer to that is they shoot horses, don't they?
That movie rules. You ever see that one?
I haven't seen it. I almost sat down and watched it yesterday, but instead I watched Knives Out.
When are you going to watch Black Narcissus?
Today. Well, I was going to today, and then this got a little late, so probably tomorrow because I have to stream after this.
You should stream watching Black Narcissus.
Yeah.
Live stream Black Narcissus. Yeah, the brown face will probably get you kicked off YouTube. Anyway, Kawhi Leonard is my next pick.
Yep, I got Kawhi Leonard. They're 6-1 in the month. He is 29, 6-4 on 56, 37, 91 shooting, and motherfuckers playing defense.
Yeah,
motherfuckers playing defense.
Kawhi Leonard feels like, how there's like the phenomenon of like micro generations where it's like only people who were 15 and 16 during these 2 years get at this piece of art or like TV show or whatever. Kawhi Leonard is like a micro generation player for like me. I imagine like my age demographic to yours, where it's like there's for a certain amount of people who were 19 during the Raptors season and they watched every NBA game because they had nothing but free time. You know what I mean? Like I have such vivid memories of Kawhi Leonard.
His last Spurs year and his Raptors year. If you were at the right age for that, you're like, is Kawhi Leonard on the Mount Rushmore of NBA players?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Like I watched every single second of that Toronto Philadelphia playoff series. I remember where I was when that shot went down. Like to me, that is the greatest shot I've ever seen go down.
I remember where I was too. I was in a bar
that I've seen personally. Like it. I was in a dorm room with my friends. Like it's crazy, and it's just and to see Kawhi Leonard be playing well again is just really fun for me. It's very nostalgic.
Right after he went to the Clippers, I picked the Clippers to win the NBA championship for like 3 years straight before giving up on it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad that we're in the Kawhi Leonard micro generation who are like that guy in his prime was as good as LeBron, because it's true.
Yeah, it is. It is true. Who's your last forward or your center? It's Jokic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only person I had on
just the best player, just the best offensive player we've ever seen, maybe, other than Jordan.
So I had Shea, Luka, Kawhi, Jokic, and Bam Adebayo because he scored 83 points in a game.
Yeah. I tried to talk to my dad about Jokic, where I'm like, Dad, are you seeing this guy? And my dad's like, yeah, he's really good. I'm like, have you seen his numbers? He's like, yeah, they're really good. And I'm like, he's like, this guy's like one of the best offensive players in the history of the league. And my dad's like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, whatever. He's one of those guys where you're just like, if you're not a basketball head, I feel like people are just like, oh, that guy's, he's like good. He's like won MVP, right? And you're just like, does he need? It's just because he hasn't. I feel like even if he won like 4 rings in a row, people would be like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. Like, and not.
Oh yeah.
Is it just because he's a European white guy? Like.
I was like watching Nugget Spurs earlier this week. I was just rolling around on the ground the whole time. I was
that's my experience.
I was on a different plane of existence. He was just like, hey, what if Jokic just keeps hitting runners and then passing the ball to Jamal Murray, who can't fucking miss?
Just like every time I watch Jokic, you know what it is? It's the same as like when I put on like Raiders: The Lost Ark or something like that, and like I'm watching it, and Claire is on the couch next to me watching it. And I'll put it on, and I'll be like, "Are you seeing this?
Look at his composition. No one else has done this.
That was all one shot." That's Jokic to me. I'll watch Jokic, and I'll be like, "Is anybody else seeing this?" Everybody's like, "Yeah, basketball." I'm like, he just like, he just dropped a pass through 3 guys behind the back over someone's head. Like, are you seeing this?
By the way, in this OKC game, Rudy Gobert is currently in a -20.
Not great, Rudy.
It's all Kyle
Rudy going to get played off the court in the playoffs again?
I don't know what. Like our defense is so bad without him. I don't know what the other option would be. We couldn't take him off the court, even if you're playing a team that's like attacking the matchup. He goes off the court. You just got to hope that Naz Reid starts hitting every 3.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Letterboxd?
That is our all NBA teams. Yeah, let's move on to our NBA Letterboxd. For those of you who have never listened to this podcast before, I want to say first off, thank you for listening. I am more of a fan of I Saw the TV Glow than Tyler is, so I'm glad that you tuned in for. Yeah, there you go.
You're talking to Jane Schoenbrunn in particular.
Yeah, I'm glad. I liked your episodes of Blank Check. Can't wait for Camp Miasma. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. But thanks for tuning in. Feel free to tweet at us.
Adam, have you seen We're All Going to the World's Fair?
I have not seen We're All Going to the World's Fair. So you're more of a Sean Bro fan.
I haven't seen it either. I'm just saying.
Well, you're a fucking fake fan too. God damn it!
I didn't claim to be a fan. Jane Schoenbrunn is one of those people I want to talk to. I just want to talk to the successful filmmakers from Boston University and be like, "What was your experience like?"
Yeah.
I just want to sit the Safdies down and be like, "So did you like drop out, or like like you didn't like just finish it? You didn't go through like Prod 3, right? This is such a niche. This is niche stuff, You didn't like go through the whole thing, right?"
Call up Jack Eichel.
Yeah.
But
Ottinger, whatever. Who's Ottinger?
The goalie.
Yeah, he
Stars?
went to BU, right?
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know where anyone went to school for hockey.
He famously hit on my wife one time in college, like an asshole. So
you guys weren't married then?
Nope.
I
guess she was not my wife then.
For the Jane Schoenbrunns out there who are new to this, every week we pick the best and worst League Pass games. Any ones we overlap on, we decide we will watch and come back here and review a la Letterboxd style with a short quip and a star rating. Our first game from March 3rd was Mavs at Hornets.
No one played in this one. It was just Con Knippel, and my review is 2 stars. And then the first 2 here I have as their GIFs.
Okay.
And this one is the GIF of Patrick Starr saying, "Who are you people?"
Yeah, you got me beat because I gave this one 0 stars, and my review is just I want a refund.
I like watching Con.
I like watching Con, but I also like watching the other players that weren't playing.
That's true.
Next up, we had our first conditional pick in the history of the show, which was Pistons at Spurs. We were only going to watch it if Isaiah Stewart played. And he did. He did, in fact, play. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I must have looked at the wrong Pistons-Spurs game.
Yeah, you looked at the wrong Pistons-Spurs game because he did, in fact, play. The final score was 121-106 Spurs.
Oh. Did Wemby play?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I got nothing.
My review for this one was 2.5 stars, and I'm really starting to get annoyed about this Wemby fella.
Yeah. Sure.
Next up, from the 11th. God, we had a dog shit slate of best games.
Yeah, it was really bad, dude.
From the 11th, Timberwolves at Clippers. Final score 153-128. Los Angeles Clippers. What was your review of this one, Tyler Carcara?
My review was the meme from Star Wars The Last Jedi where with the gif of Adam Driver going more, and I give it 3 stars because they scored so many points.
I gave it 1 star, and my review
why was that?
My review was this game shouldn't count because of all the cap circumvention. So I'm just saying that game doesn't count. I can't believe
Kawhi Leonard in that game. Can I just say 15 for 20 from the field, 6 for 9 from 3, 45 points, 9 for 10 from the free throw line.
You know what was really annoying about the Kawhi Leonard from that game is that he didn't start hitting threes really until the second half. And so the first half, I was like, stop giving him the room to get into the lane and hit. Just guard him at the 3-point line. And then they guard him at the 3-point line, and he was just hitting threes over people.
Darius Garland is such a good fit for that team.
Yeah,
Clippers are kind of fun now.
Well, here's the thing, right? And here's the thing that we don't give the fucking Clippers enough credit for is Ty Lue has an argument to be a top 3 coach.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good comp for him where it's like someone who's been around a lot and everyone's just like, yeah, good coach. No notes.
Yeah. Jim Harbaugh?
Jim Harbaugh, yeah. That's the only one I can think of. Well,
yeah.
Jim Harbaugh doesn't have a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he's played in one. John Harbaugh?
John, yeah, maybe that's the right one. Maybe it's John.
Good.
We'll see how the Giants goes.
I'm running out of Harbaughs.
I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling negative on the Giants. I don't know if I'll ever come on an NFL pod, but
every day when I pray to Mecca for Anthony Edwards, I also pray for the downfall of the New York Football Giants.
They signed Tremaine Edmonds from the Bears.
Yes.
And everyone's like, wow, great job. Good. And I'm like, Tremaine Edmonds sucked.
Dude, sometimes it's just like drinking the Kool-Aid on stuff. Like every person they've signed, I'm like, this guy's a free agent for a reason. Like they signed Isaiah Likely and they're like, wow, Isaiah Likely. I'm like, Isaiah Likely plays 4 games a year and has 116 yards.
Yeah, he has one game where he'll like almost catch a game-winning touchdown and not do it.
Yeah. He couldn't get on the field more than Mark Andrews, who repeatedly keeps handing away footballs to players on other teams.
Yeah. Has any player cost their team more wins directly as a result of their play than Mark Andrews?
The Ravens, 2 tight ends, if you just switch them out for like generic, like K-Dot, they might have won 2 Super Bowls by now because their tight ends are good. They're better than K-Dot, but they also just keep throwing away games.
Derrick Jones Jr. had 4 steals in this Wolves-Clippers game.
Yeah, it wasn't great to watch.
So did Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn also had 4 steals.
Yeah, Chris Dunn stole the ball from Rudy Gobert at one point, which was no big fucking surprise.
Should the Clippers have kept Zubats?
Yes.
If they had Zubats, they'd be like a legit team.
Yeah, and you could say the same thing for the Jazz. If the Jazz had Zubats, they'd be a legit team.
Yeah.
Anyway. Nuggets at Spurs on the 12th. Final score 136-131. Denver Nuggets. No Wembanyama for this one.
Yeah, I had this one 4 stars, just out of pure entertainment factor. But I did have my review was, can one be on fraud watch after a win? Because the Spurs kept it close.
Yep.
For a team without one of the best players in the league.
I had you know how you can like A/B test titles and thumbnails on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm A/B testing my review for this. So I'm going to give you multiple reviews, and you tell me which one's going to do best for SEO. So 4 stars. My first review. Should his official name be changed to the Denver Nuggets will be without Aaron Gordon? Like instead of just being Aaron Gordon, should his full name be the Denver Nuggets will be without Aaron Gordon?
Yeah.
B, my second one. Is Wemby a system center?
Oh.
You know, he goes out, suddenly Luke Cornett's Wemby.
Oh.
Telling everyone to shut down Magic City.
I think it's not that hard to play center in the NBA. I think you just have to be tall.
Sometimes when we do these podcasts, in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, I can clip that for a Sosa moment. I can clip that for a Sosa moment. That definitely, you saying that is not long enough to clip for a YouTube short. But I need to figure out
the right thing to say.
Yeah, I need to figure out how I can
turn the TikTok camera on.
Yeah, there you go.
Ready? I'm gonna rip it off. I don't think playing center is that hard in the NBA. You just have to be tall. You just have to stay in the dunker spot. Rudy Gobert is a perfect example of someone who's just tall.
You're
and can play in the NBA.
Your Bill Simmons drifts a little bit into Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
It is a little Jack. And I can't see the minute I try to do Jack.
As soon as you try to do it, yeah.
It's like trying to do a Harrison Ford. It's like It's kind of hard. Yeah, I have to talk down.
Oh, that was a really good Harrison Ford. I don't know.
Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes?
Get off my plane.
Get off my plane.
You got a pretty good Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I just whenever I have to do an
That's my
impression, I
favorite.
just go for Christopher Walken and 7 Psychopaths saying it's a cravat.
The Witness Peter Weir pod's gonna go crazy for blank check.
I'm so excited for that.
That's gonna be
My
so
final Nuggets Spurs review, by the way. My third one is just Jokic runner, Jokic runner, Jokic runner.
That's a pretty good one.
So those are my
excited.
three.
I'm really excited for the next two reviews. I should point this out before our next two reviews. They're both for our bad games. They're both Kings games.
Yes.
So I would like to start off by saying that these are paired reviews.
Okay, I'm glad because I had that the last time when we watched back-to-back Pacers Wizards games.
Yeah.
So I'll tee both these up and then we'll go through each of your reviews here. So the first game that we're covering here from the 8th is Bulls at King, in which the Kings win 126-110. The second game from the 10th is Pacers Kings, where the Kings win 114-109. So you want to give me your paired reviews for these?
First one, 2-star. First game, 2 stars. Second game, 2.5 stars. The first game, imagine this is a meme format, you know, like one and then the other. And the first one is Maxime Reynaud isn't real. He can't hurt you. And the second game, and the second one, the review is Maxime Reynaud and a colon, and then just the game underneath it. The Kings, he's good.
Yeah, they got a couple of good guys. It's Maxime Reynaud, and then oh my God, who's the other young guy on that team?
Keegan Murray?
No, not Keegan Murray. Oh God, I can't believe I have to
watch
Google
these games, bro. I actually watched the full version. Sometimes I only watch the like extended highlights of these games.
Neat Clifford. That's what I was
Neat
thinking.
Clifford, yeah, he's
Neat
good.
Clifford.
Neat Clifford's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Oh, Sacramento Kings sign Killian Hayes to a 2-year deal as of 2 hours ago. Any thoughts? We got to move on. We can't talk about Killian Hayes. We've been doing this
my Bulls King, 2 stars, elite naming dudes game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have no idea how many guys are on this team or on these teams that are just like a few years away from just sitting in a bar being like, well, I mean, Maxime Reynaud's a great one for that, but
yeah,
like,
elite, in
Zach LaVine,
15
Malik
years,
Monk.
we're going to be at a bar and be like, remember Matas Buzelis? You know, remember Malik Monk? Remember DeMar DeRozan?
DeRozan didn't even play in that game too, and I'm still like, God, DeRozan's gonna be like, DeRozan has a shot to be the best naming dudes guy of all time. Like in 15 years, if someone goes, you ever just how DeMar DeRozan couldn't miss from the mid-range? People would be like, oh, fucking DeMar DeRozan.
I can't remember who did it. Maybe it was an ESPN piece or maybe it was a Ringer piece. I can't remember who did it. But there was a piece where someone did who is the closest player to Michael Jordan. And they did it on a scale of like numbers, like pure numbers. But then they also looked at like shot diet, like who plays like Michael Jordan the most. And it was like number 2 was Kobe. Number 1 was DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, I've seen that article before.
Yeah, where it's like his shot diet. If you want to watch like what would Michael Jordan look like in modern NBA, it's like prime DeMar DeRozan, like but like not DeMar's just like not quite as good, you know.
Let me rattle off the naming guys from this game. So Josh Giddey, Matas Buzelis, Isaac Okoro, Gershon Yabusele, Colin Sexton, Rob Dillingham, Josh Giddey. Oh, sorry, I went back to the top. Precious Achua.
Precious Achua is a good one. That'll be a good one.
Maxime Reynaud, Russell Westbrook, Malik Monk, and Drew Eubanks.
Yabusele is going to be an elite, that guy. Like, if you're in a bar in 15 years and you pull Gershon Yabusele out, people are going to be like, Yabu. Remember when he dunked in the Olympics?
I hope that there is, like we talked about a micro-generation with thinking Kawhi Leonard's a top 4 NBA player ever. I hope there's a micro-generation that was watching, like at a very formative time, was watching Gershon Yabusele in the Olympics and is like, I don't know, man, he was just never in the right situation in the NBA, but that guy was an all-star.
Yeah, I hope so too.
By the way, Minnesota is now down 11 in the 4th, so that game's over. Our last game, our last bad game. Suns at Pacers. Suns win 123-108. What was your review for this?
2 stars. Boring game, but this shouldn't be in the worst category because Booker and Green were both playing.
Yeah. Mine was 2 stars. Devin Booker punished us for making this one of our bad games by hitting threes off of screens all night.
Is there a guy you like watching hit jumpers off of screens more? Ant, I guess, but...
Well, Ant's not like a jumpers off a screen guy. Ant's like a dribble pull up guy, but like
It's
Steph Curry. He's like
Curry,
slower.
yeah.
He's like if Steph Curry had weights around his ankle. Like he doesn't move as
Devin
fast
Booker?
or as crisp.
Yeah.
But Devin Booker, he just like shoots around a screen and then hits a jumper over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's great. Love that guy. Love that guy's game.
Those
Some
are
great stuff out there in Phoenix.
our Letterboxd reviews for the last 2 weeks. And with that, we have to move on to our Letterboxd reviews for the next 2 weeks, which are going to run us. It's actually only 10 days. It's going to run us March 16th to March 26th because I'm not counting games from today because the games from today are already going on. So my apologies if you had Pacers Bucks on your list or Raptors Pistons.
Sure didn't.
All right, there you go. So as in a very unusual way for me, I didn't do my homework on this one. I forgot to write down games.
Ew, so did I.
Okay, so let's
do it live. Fuck
let's
it,
do it
we'll
live.
do it live.
Fuck it, do it live. Let me read you our list here. You tell me if there's anything we need to cut. On the 16th, we have Suns at Celtics. On the 19th, Suns at Spurs. I think we can probably cut one of those. On the 21st, Warriors at Hawks. Maybe we can't cut one of those. On the 25th, Thunder at Celtics. Any good games you want to cut from that list?
Maybe Warriors Hawks.
Come on, we got to keep the Kuminga revenge game on there.
All right, fine. In that case, it's got to be Suns
Celtics or Suns Spurs?
Celtics.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Yeah, I can't get enough watching Wemby, despite the fact that I hope that he gets conjunctivitis or whatever.
This
Our
doesn't
worst
happen
games.
in other sports where like someone comes in and they just kind of break the game.
Yeah, that was like that. You know, my joke I made there. Oh, his headphones died.
No, my wife is playing music in the background.
Ah.
She's probably sick of how long I've been on the pod.
Well, we've been recording now for 52 minutes, which means we've been
let's
talking for
wrap
two
it
and a
up.
half
Yeah.
hours.
You get a
Our
little
worst
background noise.
Our worst games are Pistons at Wizards on the 19th, Bucks at Jazz on the 19th, and Nets at Kings on the 22nd.
Yeah, those are all pretty bad. I
Those
don't
are
know
pretty bad.
which ones are better or worse. Could we cut the Pistons Kings one maybe and save ourselves the trouble?
You mean Pistons Wizards?
Pistons Wizards, that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Pistons
that.
Wizards.
Okay, so our final bad games are Bucks at Jazz on the 19th, Nets at Kings on the 22nd.
Yeah, that works for me.
Cool. Excellent. All right, Tyler, you got any plugs?
Check out my Letterboxd, T Carcara. Every week we're dropping long reviews about movies because we're being forced to by our friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got right now. That's
Perfect. You're going to miss the live stream when you hear this because this is probably coming out either during or after the live stream. But we now stream on our new YouTube channel. If you follow Talent Alone Podcast on YouTube, we're on Talent Alone Stream now. If you listen to the audio version of this, be sure to give us as many stars as they will let you cram into the star box. And if you listen to this, but you just go to like the little box on Spotify that tells you when there's a new episode and click on it, go ahead and follow because for whatever reason, Spotify keeps being like, hey, your show's way too popular for how many followers you have. So I guess people just aren't following. If you have any specific questions for Tyler Carcara, feel free to email us at townalonepodcast@gmail.com. Ask
And
away.
get at me about Paolo and Pressburger. Get at me about Paolo Banchero. Paolo
PBs.
and Pressburger and Paolo.
Yeah. Anyone that has a P and a B in their name. We'll be back on Monday with the next Talent Alone Podcast talking football, and on Wednesday with the next Baskey talking about hockey.
What could you possibly be talking about for football?
The draft, brother. You know how much Mike
It's
loves
still
the
a
draft?
month away from the draft.
We are doing a first round mock draft. All
Okay,
32
here's
picks.
I have one more take to get off, and then we'll leave. Everything needs to happen sooner.
Yep.
The Oscars need to happen earlier in the year. The draft cannot be in the middle of April. It has to be in March. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Allow me to fix the calendar here real quick. Everything has to happen within 2 weeks of its conclusion. Oscars within 2 weeks of the first of the year. The NFL draft within 2 weeks of the Super Bowl. The awards for every individual sport within 2 weeks of the final regular season game.
Because the reason the Oscars is so far away is because they're like, oh, well, we got to get all the precursors in before the Oscars. The Oscars is like the final awards show of the season. Yeah. And it's also one of those things of like, but that's why all the movies come out in December now is so that they're fresh and their run, it leads into the Oscars in like late February, March when they usually are. And it's just like, if we push the Oscars back to 2 weeks before the end of the season or end of the year, we would get movies spread out more throughout the year, or at least throughout the fall, rather than everything coming out in like a month and a half window.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or
Stupid.
we would at least get something in, August.
Yeah.
All right, so we
Anyway.
don't do shout-outs on the way out of this show. So if you just want to give me your prediction for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars tonight, go for it and we'll get out of here.
God, that one is the toughest one. I have hope for Delroy Lindo.
Who I crushed today on some Cinematrix.
I haven't done Cinematrix today.
My pick
Gonna do
is
that right now.
William H. Macy. I know he isn't nominated, but I still think he has a chance to win.
Yep.
And with
He's the
that-
best. We can't go off on a rant. I was about to talk about William H. Macy.
Let's get out of here.
Get out of here.